What's up guys, today I'm re-recording this video because I realized my first recording had the microphone off, so I apologize if I seem a little fast-paced. I'll try to be in an adequate pace for you. So we're going to just compare the iPhone models because the SE2 second gen, although it's officially been stated by Apple today, it's not going to be available for pre-order until a little while, but I just wanted to go over it. Of course, comparing it to the iPhone 8. So right off the bat, this white or black on white screen, this was like a big no-no back in the fix it yourself phase when um, it was a little cheaper to get the black screen over the white screens and replace them for yourself. So it's interesting that it looks sleek, I'll give it that. But it's interesting to see how Apple made it look like a 3GS. Of course, the gold has been replaced by the red, which is product red, which there's a lot of fans for. Since there's no white, the Touch ID will no longer also have the matching rim around it. When you had the gold one, it was gold, and when you had the silver one, it was silver. Now it's only going to be black. Starting point, price point is really good. If you want an entry line iPhone, if you need an iPhone and you don't care about the latest model or features, but you want longevity, I mean, this phone is great for that. Not much changed. The cameras are still the same. I'm kind of disappointed because the 11 had 4K FaceTime recording. This one doesn't seem to have it, so I feel like that's something they could have added in there. Touch ID, this is probably the last iPhone with Touch ID. I know that the iPad mini still uses Touch ID, so until there's an until there's an iPad mini Pro, we're going to have Touch ID for a little while more, but I don't think it's going to represent anymore. Be used on any more iPhones. But having said that, I think, weren't they going to put it on Apple Watch? Like some sort of Touch ID? Or have they already? I know too many rumors now to be able to distinguish between them, but we'll see. So the chips are what's different. You can tell it's a 2-year-old iPhone 8, A11 Bionic, and A13 Bionic chip. It's going to last you 3 years for sure. Because iPhone SE, the first one, supports iOS 13, and iPhone SE2 was built for iOS 13, so Apple claims. So it could have been, it could be just as useful in future proofing. I'm sure you can get 3 years out of it. Well, the battery was funny when I first saw it, when I first recorded it. It's the iPhone 8 is based on the iPhone 7 battery, and the iPhone SE2, the iPhone 9, is based on the iPhone 8 battery, so that's their way of saying we didn't change anything. Maybe the flex cable changed position, but it's the same battery. I could check if the iPhone 6 had the same battery as the 7, but what's the point? We don't need to check that, you guys don't wonder that. Water resistance is the same. Capacity, we're introduced to 256 gigabytes, which is cool if you want the cheapest iPhone, but you want the highest storage. That's now an option. I know a lot of people that are in favor of the storage, so that's really useful to have, I find. So the display is exactly the same. I think they could have made it a little more interesting if they added Apple Pencil support. I know it's a little silly to carry the big pencil that's taller than the iPhone, especially now that the SE2 doesn't come in plus sizes. But it could have been a feature. It could have been a gimmick. You could have drawn or taken down notes with just pop your Apple Pencil out, Pencil 1 or Pencil 2, whichever gen. It could have been a thing. What's interesting is the size and weight. The depth and the weight haven't changed. Usually iPhones have a little difference between them from what I've noticed, but this is exactly the same shell. So that's cool. You could recycle your old cases for it. I'm sure everybody has an iPhone 6 somewhere in like an old shoebox or something. Splash water and dust resistance is the same. Not much to be said there. The chips are of course different. A11, A13, we mentioned that earlier. Neural engine and third gen neural engine. Yes, for AR, or just keeping up with the new iOS. I know that AR is going to be a big thing, or they're trying to make it a big thing, but not many people are catching on yet. What else do we got here? The camera. Camera is the same. We got portrait mode now, which is cool, I guess. It's the single camera portrait mode. Next gen smart HDR for photos is also available. But that's if you like taking portrait modes. What else do we got? We got video, 4K video for the back camera. Keep in mind it's not for the FaceTime camera, which is the front camera. Dynamic range is extended. Quick take video. Quick take video is something they're promoting. I don't know who needs it. I know that you could just slide from your iPhone 6 from the right to the left and your camera's there, and then with another slide you can even open the video mode. And I have no idea who needs quick take video. I guess if you want to catch the moment really fast, or if your iPhone is slow and you really can't open it and then click the camera app. I feel like it's going to be spammed a lot by people who like to get in your face in traffic and record you, or people that are really on the edge in the street or in shops trying to show that there's a certain injustice, or they just want the attention. I've seen a lot of people point their cameras to other people and yell. So I don't know if it's like a double-edged sword for society. Let's say that. This video is not influenced by the Joker movie. We got stereo recording, which is cool, but that's just what it is. It's cool. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference between that. I can't. And I can live by that. Front camera. Front camera known as the FaceTime HD camera. Y'all probably know we got portrait mode for the front camera too. That's cool. I know that a lot of people just use Instagram and Snapchat directly. So I guess this is for people who like to take their picture normally, that don't use those apps that often, or they take the portrait and then they apply some filters. It could be cool, but it would have been cooler if it was 4K video, but I'm not salty. This is the carriers, of course. This is the US website. What else we got? Gigabit class LTE. We got Wi-Fi 6. We didn't have either of those for iPhone 8. Does it say anything for 5G? Not really. Guess it would have been in the features Apple would brag about if it had it. Touch ID, of course. I feel like we could have got Face ID. We have some thick bezels there. We could have removed Touch ID, but we'll see. Apple Pay, of course. Apple Card, of course. Video calling, yeah. Audio calling, yeah. Audio playback. So they both play stereo. They have stereo playback, but the SE2 has stereo recording, which is something to definitely consider. No, I'm kidding. Nobody cares. But if you do care, please let me know in the comments, like, why you care. What could be useful for you? Is that something that makes or breaks a deal when you search for a phone? I really want to know. Video playback streaming is not listed here for the battery, which is interesting. So again, we have fast charge capable. That's pretty cool, even though it's sold separately. I mean, fast charge, I know, is really convenient for some people, especially when they don't upgrade the battery, but they say, oh, you can charge it faster though if you want to pay $100. What else? Earpods, lightning connector, of course. These are the Cube and USB that we're all familiar with. What else? These are the same. SIM card, we have dual SIM available. This is interesting. The eSIM will be functioning with the SE2. That's cool because a lot of people might consider this phone for a backup phone when they don't have their main phone, or maybe they want something on the side with their main phone. This could be cool because you could set up with 2 numbers and you don't have to worry about keeping track of it since it's just a backup. Or maybe you don't need to keep track of your main phone since you have the backup. But all in all, it's I feel like it's good value for the price if someone wants to enter the iPhone lineup or get back in the ecosystem after they tried something else. It has a good price. It doesn't offer much, but it does promise longevity, whatever that means, in 2020. And yeah, you could use it. It could be a daily. It could be a daily while you fix up your other phone. Or it could be a daily just forever. I think it'll last 3 years. I really do. Let me know in the comments if the iPhone 9, the iPhone SE Generation 2 is something interesting for you. Let me know why you like it. Let me know if you don't like it, why you don't like it. What are some alternatives that you would prefer? What are some things that you would have liked to see? Like, I really can't emphasize enough the 4K FaceTime. I mean, it could have been a great portable camera, video camera. Could have been great for vloggers instead of buying, a Sony or a Canon. Or maybe even a GoPro. Could have just used that iPhone and they could have had a backup phone with them at all times. But they didn't add that, so the next option is, of course, the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro. Let me know in the comments. I really like to get a discussion going and hear other people's thoughts on this. Thanks. Take care, guys. If you like the video, consider subscribing, like it, tell me what I could improve. See you later.